Hello and welcome to my channel. Let me formally introduce myself, especially to my Q Sciences friends who I know are probably watching this video. Hello. Hi. How are ya? My name is G, and here on my channel I like to shed light on the shady, predatory, and manipulative tactics of MLMs. Kind of awkward because I know that is your guys' business model, but I know you guys are here, so welcome. I encourage you to comment below throughout the video and share your perspective with me. I welcome your point of view and I would love to have a respectful dialogue with you. Just because I may question the ethics or the morality of the MLM business model in general, it doesn't mean that I'm against you, any Q Sciences ambassador, or any MLM rep for that matter. We're all friends here, we're just here to listen and learn. So, hi. In this video, we are going to go over some Q Sciences onboarding material that we are not supposed to have access to. These onboarding materials are for one of Q Sciences' top teams led by one of their top earners. If you were here for my last video, then you will surely recognize her. She is the leader who intimated that the only way to be successful in network marketing is to edify your leaders.
The person that's going to make the most in network marketing is the one that's the best at edifying their leader. That's just the truth.
If you haven't seen that video yet, I will link it up here. Add it to your watch later folder. Check it out when you have time. I'm actually really proud of that one. Now, the woman at that team call who was telling us about the importance of edification is a self-proclaimed top earner in the company, a Ruby ambassador, and she really seems to enjoy a good relationship with the company owners and the company's top leaders. I really am going to try not to share her name or share super identifying information for two reasons. First of all, I don't want to drive more business towards her. Second of all, I don't want anybody to be seeking her out and sending her any nasty or hateful messages. I'd just like everyone to keep in mind that this video is just an analysis of these onboarding materials, and this is not in any way some sort of personal attack of her. She is a public figure in this company and she is putting herself out there a lot trying to recruit, so I do think that I'm within my right to give a critique about what it is that I'm seeing. If you enjoy watching anti-MLM videos such as MLM team call reactions or opportunity calls, or just learning about these shady and predatory business tactics in general, make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell button so that you'll be notified of new videos. Even you guys, Q Science ambassadors, come on my YouTube journey with me. What do you say? Now let's begin to dissect the onboarding materials that our friend over at Q Sciences put together. First impressions of her website. I was actually impressed. It looks very professional. Now, I don't see anything that says any of these materials are copyrighted, and even if I did, it really wouldn't make a difference because under the Fair Use Act, I would still be within my right to use these materials as research and provide my thoughts and analysis with you all in the hopes of teaching you or edifying you. You see what I did there? And I use quotations, but I actually did use it correctly. I'm trying to edify you guys. I'm trying to teach you, the audience, a little bit more about these shady tactics. Now, I can completely respect the amount of time that went into making this website and all of these supporting materials. I give you full credit for that, and I hope you won't take it personally that now I'm about to go and just comb through them and kind of share my thoughts and opinions on what I see happening here. So let's take a look at the Q orientation form. Right off the bat, what I'm noticing is that there's reminders for you to make sure that you place your orders at 100 PV and you set your auto ship at 100 PV and you move the auto ship to the first. What that says to me is even after I join this company or this opportunity, I'm still going to be needing to put in money, not just as a one-time upfront fee, but consistently every single month. And if you are having to pay every single month, you have to keep in mind how that's going to impact what you're bringing in. The next thing that stands out to me is this sentence that's bolded, and it says, the most important things you can bring to your Q business are work ethic, desire, commitment, and the ability to be coachable. All of that sounds great on the surface. I mean, who can say a negative thing about having a good work ethic ethic, having the desire to succeed, being committed, and being coachable, right? On the surface, all of that sounds really, really great. What gives me pause, however, is that in MLMs, phrases like this are often used against people as a way to manipulate them into working more and giving up their time for free and accepting what their uplines and mentors say at face value without even seeing evidence of it. Next, we have a question: what is my why? And again, there's nothing inherently wrong with having goals and making a plan on how to get there. SMART goal, anyone? Specific, measurable. What does the A stand for? Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. I think those are the different aspects. Anyway, when we are discussing MLMs, the why isn't as innocent as it seems to be, because when you are joining these types of organizations, you are giving up so much personal information up front that later on can be used against you if you're suddenly feeling discouraged and feeling like you might want to leave the company. If you shared very personal things with your upline when you started Q Sciences, for example, my why is that I want to be able to afford to buy a house in California because it's so expensive. Then they might come back and say to me, how could you think about leaving? Don't you still want to try to buy a house in California? How are you going to achieve that dream if you leave Q Sciences? That's just an example of something that could happen by giving over personal information to organizations that might want to use it against you. Looking here at the step 2 where it says goal setting, so immediately after joining, you're going to need to get 2 people signed up underneath you. Yikes. And you're going to have to enroll 3 to 5 customers with 300 CV. Let's just say that you're lucky enough to actually pull this off in your first month. What's the likelihood that you're going to be able to continue with that amazing progress every single month? You only know a finite amount of people. Who are you really going to get interested in your opportunity or your products after that if you've already tapped everyone out? C, unlock fast start bonuses. We just can't get fooled by the word bonus, because if you are paying so much to be a part of this company every single month, that's not really a bonus. Step 3, my list. So now we have to think about 20 people who might be interested in purchasing the products or joining us. 20 people. That's a lot of people. Now let's go see step 4, the system. And like I said, I actually think that she did do a good job in making graphs and making visuals and giving lists. It sucks that good skills are being wasted in a company like this, but that's just my opinion. So here, when we look at her system, you are here. Q launch orientation. Step 1, peak/invite. Invite your list of 25 to your first event. See step 5 below. Number 2, expose. Expose your prospects to Q using a third-party tool where you are not presenting. So this is the meeting where I would tell my grandma to come and listen to my friend give a presentation where she's going to be sold an amazing opportunity. And also, can we talk about the word expose here? This is just picking at the words now, but expose. When I think of expose, I think of being exposed to diseases or being exposed to too much sunlight. I don't know. When I think of expose, it's not necessarily a good thing. It's not a good connotation in my book. It's just funny the way that certain words are used in MLM. Number 3, connect. Introduce business prospects to your nearest upline/mentor. If they want to be a customer, skip to step 5. Step 4, screen. Determine their interest level and whether they are ready to be true business owners. True business owners. In my mind, number 4 is just screening people that you know are going to be absolutely not interested so that you don't even waste your time. And that's where it can be really sad too, because does that mean that now suddenly you're not going to talk to that person, even if just to have a friendly conversation? I can't get them to buy my products or join my MLM. I'm not going to waste my time on them. I really wonder that. Number 5, additional exposure if needed. Continue to re-expose them with other events, videos, PDFs, etc. So continue that indoctrination until they're fully manipulated into wanting to try this. And then number 6, enroll. Ensure proper expectations are set and help them enroll as an ambassador or customer. Ensure proper expectations are set. Would love to know what that means. Step 5, grand opening. These are the Zoom meetings that are expected of the new recruits, kind of like your coming out party. Hello, I'm in Q Sciences now. Join me, everyone. And then lastly, we have information about my account. Step 7, financial freedom movement. Participating markets only. Send email to ffm@qsciences.com. Schedule first appointment. Follow FFM on Instagram. Interesting. I need to look into that more. Financial freedom movement. Participating markets only. Lastly, let's talk about this quote right here. You can choose courage or comfort, but you cannot have both. Brene Brown. We're not signing up for war. Are we? We're not running into a burning building? Why does working for a vitamin company have to be this dramatic? That should really give you pause if you are being asked to tap in to this strong sense of courage. To do what? To sell products? To try to recruit your friends and family? That takes courage. Confronting your personal fears is significant, and I'm not trying to downplay that. If you're somebody who's really shy and has a hard time talking to people and you really require courage for that, that's great. Do your thing. Overcome your fears. But peddling vitamins and this opportunity for financial freedom is not an act of courage, in my humble opinion. And after you're all done filling that form out, the expectation is that you send proof of your completed form to your support chat. And then after that, an action call will be scheduled right away. I would love to know what one of those action calls is like. So if anyone here would like to let me know, I would love to listen. Now I want to go look at a checklist. This is a daily task list with IPAs. Now IPAs, I had to research this to find out what the heck it meant, because when I hear IPA, I think of a completely different type of thing, a very enjoyable, refreshing type of thing, a beverage. But that's not what they're talking about. IPA to them means income producing activity. Now looking at the list, we'll see that there are 10 items on it, and each of these items are expected to be completed every single day. There's no leeway here. This is a set system that people in this team were expected to follow. Despite her pushing this system out a lot of people didn't follow it. So let's just go ahead and quickly read through some of these different tasks. Number 1, read 10 pages of a book or 10 audio minutes. On the surface, that's great. Reading and listening to audiobooks is really great. When it comes to MLMs though, that's when I wonder, what is it that they expect you to be listening to? Is it another way that they can continue their indoctrination of you? Number 2, set a timer and engage with Hot 20 list. So you're going to have to engage with that list every single day. That list of 20 people that it was really hard to come up with every single day. That doesn't seem enjoyable to me. And also because remember, you're not getting paid for that time that you're sitting there engaging with them. You're only getting paid if they buy something or if you are able to recruit them. Number 3, send messages to Hot 20 list people and begin conversation. Number 4, invite new A people to next Zoom event. And I'm just going to quickly read this little definition here. Class A prospects are people you have fully exposed to Q within the last 60 days for the first time, and they have shown interest in the business side. So you are expected to invite someone to a Zoom event every single day of the week. Number 5, follow up with C people. I wish they would explain who C people are. Number 6, add to your story a minimum of 3 times a day. Show routine and other personal life stuff. Again, every single day you're expected to do this. For some of us, it's going to be a lot easier, but for people who might be older or not as familiar with the technology, that could actually be pretty difficult. Now that I'm out of work and I'm on summer break, I've been on Instagram more, and man, it is not easy. Like making reels and making stories and posting things and clicking things, and it can be a lot. So feeling required to do that every single day, I get it. I get that that's how you're going to spread the message and expose more people, but I can also see how for some people that might be a little bit overwhelming. Number 7, minimum of 1 post per day, every 4 days or so about Q. You don't want them to see you only posting about Q. They want to see you having a good, happy life, and then sprinkle in some Q stuff. Number 8, check team chats or group or Q news for updates. Number 9, follow up with current customers and provide customer service where needed. interested. And number 10, connect C people interested in the business to your mentor sponsor via a 3-way chat or call ASAP. So let me know, do you want to be doing every single one of those things every single day? My vote is no. What I've been doing recently is doing little daily to-do lists that I post on my Instagram stories. And literally I only have like 5 or 6 things on those a day. And still sometimes I don't get to all of those things. Not because I'm not being productive. Like yesterday, for example, I had wanted to do all my filming, but instead I ended up cleaning the toilet and scrubbing the floors. So what was my point with that? My point with that is be reasonable with yourself. Be gracious with the expectations that you have for yourself. Now, the last thing that we're going to talk about are some verbiage scripts. Let's preface this by saying that there are so many jobs out there where a script would be completely appropriate and expected. For example, in teaching, in a lot of the curriculum, there are full-blown scripts that teachers are expected to follow. Bridges, mathematics, anyone? Anyone out there have to use that? Personally, that's not really my style. I like to know what the learning objective is, provide the key points of the lesson, and kind of get there in my own fun, engaging way. But my point is, it's not that out of the ordinary to expect certain jobs to have scripts that they use to guide their interactions. But what's interesting here is kind of the level of manipulation that we see and how these words are specifically chosen to try to elicit the response which these MLM people want, which is getting you to either purchase products or join underneath them. What I want us to remember as we are reading through these scripts is that the point is to manipulate prospects into ignoring their common sense, ignoring their gut instincts, and ignoring any red flags that they perceive. The word choice is careful, deliberate, and they prepare you for almost every situation that you might encounter. They prepare you with every possible comeback that you might need. Another thing with scripts is that the more that you read them over and over again, the more that those words and ideas become ingrained in your own mind. So in the beginning, it may feel clunky or awkward to have these conversations with your prospects, but as time goes on, you might become more comfortable with it and it might become like second nature. The problem with that, in my opinion, is that we're beginning to normalize this copy and paste, hey lady, I have an opportunity for you type of mindset. Every interaction becomes a potential opportunity for you to make money from it, and if you don't, or if you don't take advantage of the moment, then it's your fault. You're the loser and you're the reason why you're failing. With all that said, let's take a look at some of these scripts, or as our friend in Q Sciences referred to them, the Verbiage Bible. There's a document that says inviting scripts. In this document, there are 2 different scripts. One is for people who are new to network marketing and who are going after their warm market for the first time. The other is titled Transition Script, because it's specifically aimed at people who have left other MLMs for Q Sciences, who are now trying to recruit people from their old MLM to come to Q Sciences as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at the document. Master scripts for inviting before you've gone public with your new business. Option 1, when you do not have a team you need to tell first and you're just wanting to invite your warm market to your first event. The first script is exactly what you'd expect, and we actually heard her say this at the edification meeting. Hey girl, I hope you had a great week. I know this is random, but are you free tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. by any chance? I have something I wanted to invite you to online. If they say yes, they are free, say, okay, perfect. I am inviting a few people to get on an online event with me at that time. I haven't really told a ton of people this yet, but I'm actually starting with a new business. One of my new mentors is just sharing a little bit about the company and the products they have. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it all, especially before I go public with it. Can you hop on? If they say they are not available, say, this is basically the same thing. The only thing that's different is, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it all, especially before I go public with it. Do you mind if I send you the recording after? So even if they said, no, I'm not available, which is probably just a polite way to say, no thanks, I don't care, they still are insistent on trying to get you to watch the recording after. So if somebody reaches out to you and says, hey, and says something like this, that they just want your opinion, they just would love to hear your thoughts on it all, just say no thanks. I don't want to give you my thoughts on anything. Option 2. Now this is really interesting because this is the transition script. Phase 1, transition script. For those who are in a previous network marketing company and they need to tell their team/customers first. Tips. Do this over the phone, so nothing is in writing. Sound excited and be direct and confident. After you say the news, pause and allow for them to respond back. Make sure you have an opportunity presentation with your mentor scheduled for the same evening as when you start to make these calls so you can funnel interested people directly to the event. So this is literally a handbook on how to poach people from MLMs. And I think it's so interesting that they felt the need to say, do this over the phone so nothing is in writing. This is the age of taking screenshots now, right? So if you're texting somebody about this, oh, I'm thinking about leaving my company, I'm sure screenshots will get taken and shared, and that might tip people off that you're leaving, so they might want to close ranks and try to minimize the effect of you leaving. Hey girl, so I have some big news. I haven't really told anyone this, and I'm just finally making my rounds today, but even though I never thought in a million years that I would say this, I am actually leaving my old company. I know, it's so crazy. I'm still a bit shocked, but I was presented with another company that, unlike every other company people try to recruit me to all the time, this one, I could not unsee what I was seeing. What does that even mean? What is it even trying to allude to? That's weird and vague. Don't buy that line. I have nothing bad to say about my previous company. I obviously love their products and I would not be where I am today had it not been for them, but this was just a straight up business decision. At the end of the day, I had to do what was best for my family and our health over anything else. And I just wanted you to hear it from me before I go public with this. Stay quiet. And now they load us up with some possible responses. If they sound annoyed, confused, or frustrated, these are usually one-offs because you should only be calling people you truly trust. I'm not really sharing the name of the company yet with anyone. I'm just making sure people hear it from me first instead of reading a post online. But you'll be the first to know when I put it out there. And I'm always here for you if you ever need anything, even questions or support with the old company. So if they are not interested or supportive, then what you're supposed to do is not reveal what company you're leaving for. So a little suspicious. If everything's in the up and up, why can't you just say who it is? Now, if they sound interested or intrigued and want to know more, well, actually my new mentor, who you would absolutely love, by the way, she's the 8th person in the company to ever hit a high leadership rank. She works on our board of advisors and with the owners, and she is doing a quick overview for some of my people this evening. I can send you the link if you want to hop on and check it out. Now, the funny thing is, this 8th person in the company to ever hit a high leadership rank, works on the board of advisors, blah, blah, blah. She wrote this about herself so that her underlings could go and share this information to get people interested. So that's just kind of funny to me. If they just wish you well and don't ask anything, thanks, girl. I so appreciate you always being so kind. I am always here for you as well, as of course I value our friendship above everything. If you really valued friendship above everything, then you wouldn't be involved in an MLM, in my opinion. And option 3, after you've gone public on social media and you want to start letting people know, so this is where we will just copy and paste. Hey you, happy Tuesday! Okay, so I'm not sure if you've been up to date with my social media or the recent reel I posted, but I've recently taken on a new adventure that I'd love for you to come see and learn more about. There is a call tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Do you think you can jump on? My mentor is a straight shooter and a top earner in the company. You will love her. Wait for them to respond. If yes, send them the potentials link and say, yay, I'm so excited. I'll be on too. Let me send you the Zoom info. Now just imagine how boring it has to be listening to the same information over and over and over again as somebody who's already in the company. That just sounds dreadful to me, personally. The next document that we're going to look through says follow-up verbiage after your first event. Please read through all the scenarios carefully and use the verbiage that applies for each individual situation. There is no perfect verbiage. This is just a shell, so you don't feel stumped, and then you can tweak to make it sound like you. Top tips. Get with your sponsor to schedule a 15-minute work session with them if they haven't done that already, and you guys can work together and follow up. Message every single person that either said they would come or that actually came and say something like, hey lady, were you on tonight? There were over blank people on, so I don't know if I saw your name or not. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Okay, but imagine if there were only 2 other people that night on the Zoom. Hey lady, were you on tonight? There were over 2 people there. I did not see your name. Or, okay lady, so shoot me straight. What did you think? Isn't she or B amazing? I'm sure that's a typo. Then, if they ask a question, or basically if they show any level, capitalized, any level of interest in the business side, other than saying no, which is totally fine and will happen, then immediately initiate a connection chat/call with your upline/mentor. If you're not sure how to do that, send a screenshot of their response to your mentor and they can help. Example, yes, let me connect you with my mentor who spoke on the call. She was modest in her introduction. She's actually a top leader in the company and works directly with our board of advisors. She'll be the perfect person to share with you, answer your questions, and explain how our system works. She's obviously very busy, so when are you available over the next couple days? And I'll find a time we can jump on the phone. If they are just intrigued by the products or have questions about that, a 3-way chat is also a great way to connect if needed. But you may be able to answer their questions by using in-app resources or using qsciences.com. And then for initiating the chat, you're copying and pasting that message and adding in an introduction like, so-and-so, this is my friend blank. She was on the call tonight and had questions about blank. I knew you were the perfect person to help us. Then they will take it from there. Try not to reply back too much or add too much commentary. So it's like, connect me with your friends and then shut the f up. I mean, that's what I'm getting from it. And with that emoji too, what's that emoji trying to say? For those that have some wanting the recording, simply message them and say, hey, I have that recording from tonight and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. It ended up being blank minutes long. Is tonight an okay time, or would tomorrow be better to watch it? If they say they are not interested in the business but also don't directly show interest in the product, say, okay, since the business is a no right now, what do you say you get some of the products and try them out? You will be blown away by the quality and the results. Do you have any health goals/concerns, and I can make some recommendations? Getting people's health goals and health concerns, that's like really personal and sensitive information. And remember, it's all to try to sell and to try to recruit. The last script that I wanted to go over is called the closing script. This is what it looks like. And then it has scripts for starting combos and closing combos. Hey, I just wanted to reach out and thank you so much for commenting on my post today. How have you been? Hi, thank you for sending the request. How did you find me? I would love your feedback on something if you don't mind. Have had some people having issues. Was the website working for you the other day? So this is all just little small talks that you can do after any small talk is coming to a close. So what questions can I answer for you? Great. Can I tell you what info I need to get started? And then if someone tells you, I need to talk to my spouse, this is what you're supposed to say. I understand. And if you and your husband talk like mine and I do, then he knows you have wanted this for a long time. Let's do this and get it done, girl. Can I tell you what info I need to get you started? If you and your husband talk like mine and I do, no, don't talk about my husband. Don't try to be all relatable and try to compare our relationships. Stay out of my relationship and I'll stay out of yours is what I would say. But also, MLM people need to understand that if people are saying, oh, I need to talk to my spouse might not like it, most of the time, this is their way of being respectful and letting you down easy because they don't have the heart to tell you that they don't want to do it. Or the spouse really doesn't want them to be involved in MLM because they know that it's a bad business. Either way, don't try to come between a person and their relationship. And then here's another comment you can say if someone says, I need to talk to my spouse. I know how you feel. Does your husband know how you feel about your health right now and these goals that you've expressed to me? If nothing changes except the fact that your life is improved, he'd 100% support you, right? So 2 things right there. First of all, you're implying that my husband is not attentive to my needs and my health concerns, which I don't appreciate. And elevating yourself to this standard of these goals that you have expressed to me, most likely you've hounded this person and they've shared with you, not they're a trusted person in your life that you're going to on your own volition. And then also the comment of if nothing changes except the fact that your life is improved, that's kind of alluding to the fact that nothing's going to change monetarily other than you losing money. But the even more sad thing is with these products not being FDA approved, your life actually might not improve. Your life might get worse. universe. And then we have things that you can say if somebody says that money is an excuse, and it says money excuse, not even like money reason. It's an excuse. I know it's a lot of money. Can I tell you what info I need to get started? What? I'm just imagining this conversation. Hey, how are you? Do you want to join my MLM? Well, you know what? I really don't have the money right now. I just lost my job. I have to take more and more out of my savings in order to pay my rent. My elderly parents are in a nursing home and the bills are just piling up. Money is just an issue right now, so I'm afraid I won't have enough money to get started. I know it's a lot of money, but can I just tell you what info I need so we can get started? Like, come on. I agree it's a lot of money, but I'm sure you knew that before you asked and got all the information. I think you know how worth it is, and I can't wait to see how good you feel. Can I tell you what info I need to get started? Wow, so now putting this back on you, it's your fault. You already knew how expensive this was. Why are you wasting my time? Everyone who has ever bought it has told me it was worth every penny. And this definitely isn't the first time or the last time you spend money you didn't expect to. Ha ha. Be grateful. We are so blessed to be able to invest the money. Not everyone has the opportunity to do this. Think about the investment in your health you can make. I felt the same way until I realized it was $5 a day, and I thought to myself, if you spend more than that on snacks and coffee every day, get your health together. Ha. I understand it is more money than you had anticipated. Do it anyway, girl. Ha. I promise it'll be worth it. I know it's more than you want to spend, but illness costs more than wellness. Let's do this, girl. Yes, I know it's more than you wanted it to be. I say my credit cards, my car payments, my insurance, my taxes, my electric, my water bill, and my groceries are more than I want them to be, but I still pay them. Ha. I promise it'll be worth every penny. And remember, you can just get your money back if not. All of those things that she listed off that she has to pay, those are actual good things that are going to help you in your life that you have to do to be an adult. Pay your credit cards, pay your car payments, your insurance, your taxes, all of that stuff. Joining an MLM is by no means something you have to do. I agree, it's a lot of money, but there is no shortage of money on planet Earth. There is a shortage of happy people though. Let's do this. Oh my gosh. I'm getting sick of reading all of these, but I'm gonna just finish them off. I know it's a lot of money and this isn't something you'd buy every day. Treat yourself. You deserve it. And it will absolutely be worth it. Can I tell you what info I need to get started? I know it's a lot of money and I also know you deserve it. Oh, finally a different section. For people who say they have failed at other diets, health programs, businesses, interchange for what you are trying to close. Your prior results have nothing to do with the value of you. It is what it's worth and it's not going to get any better by waiting. Let's get you in the business/product you want. If someone says, let me think about it, great. Most people want to take time to think about their decision before making it. Can I ask you on a scale of 1 to 10 where you stand? So somebody just asked for time to think about it and they're like, okay, but tell me. To get an answer, what would make it a 10? Not the best time. There is never a best time to make this decision because we are always so busy in our lives. Let's do this now and get it handled for you so you can start enjoying it right away. Someone acting like a ghost and dodging you. I refuse to believe that you aren't going to do this. It is the right product. The price is great and I know you want it. Can I tell you what info I need to get started? Getting referrals. Before I get you all checked out, who do you know that might want to get results with you? And then this section says feel, felt, found. Work it in with anything. I understand how you feel. I have felt the same way until I blank when I thought it was impossible. The price won't get lower and I don't want you to miss out on this. Can I tell you what info I need to get started? Yikes. So what have we learned through all of that? That in this MLM, there is a heavy focus on recruitment, in my opinion. What is a fact is that to have your active status, you need to be purchasing things every single month. And sometimes those costs can be between $150 to $300 just to be active. We've also learned that there's high expectations on the Q Sciences ambassadors, and there's lots of systems and structures in place. There's a lot of manipulation of people and trying to use them for their contacts and also for their money, in my opinion. And another thing is that this MLM is doing a good job of training their ambassadors to poach people from other companies. This is just what it looks like from my point of view. I see a lot of hardworking, dedicated, committed people who I hope have good intentions in their heart, but sadly they're just choosing to focus on profits more than they are people. But now I want to put the question back on you all. What do you think of this Q Sciences onboarding material? Do you think this is standard material, or do you think this is evidence of their shady and predatory tactics? Would you join Q Sciences? If you are currently in Q Sciences, you good? Let me know your thoughts below. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.